Welcome to Cozy Oscoey. Today I just wanted to film my intro for my whip and chat for this week. Yes, I did get through a whip and chat. I feel like every time I try and film a whip and chat, I have something go wrong. And this week it was that the battery died on my phone. So I resolved the memory issues. I made sure my microphone was fine, like my microphone was charged and everything, and then my phone battery died. So I didn't get the last part of it, but I will post at the very end a picture of what it looked like at the end. I got through one section today, or when I filmed this. I filmed it a couple days ago, but I did get through one section. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that there's spoilers. It is a mystery kit. It's art by Julia, mystery kit number 98 that I have been working on. And I think this is session number 9 or 10. It's in the thumbnail for the video and the title. But I'm really enjoying this one. I wish I could do more of it every week, but I'm just running into timing issues with everything else. I am going forward and getting through my Witch Kitty Brew. I'm hoping to have that done by the end of February, which is next week. Today is the 20th, I think. So February only has 28 days, so we're about a week away. So I'm hoping to get Witch Kitty Brew done by next week, and then I'm hoping to finish the Art by Julia Mr. Kit number 98 by the end of March. So let me know in the comments if you want me to keep doing these whip and chats with my mystery kits, or if you want me to do another diamond painting that I start. So right now the plan, it may change, but the plan is to do the refresher stash mystery kit number 54 or 45. 54, I think it is, by D Rusty Rust, the that one. Or, and I don't have a picture of it or anything like that. It's like oranges, I think, because the box has a little bit of orange, the little question mark part. And it's an older kit. It's from like maybe 2023. So it's one of the first kits I bought. But it's probably definitely the first mystery kit I bought. But there's that one I'm gonna do for my refresher stash. When I finish Witch Kitty Brew, I'm probably gonna start Easter Sunday by Hannah Lynn, because the box is like severely degraded, and I'm really nervous about having it like open and not worked on, especially since I've already done like an unboxing for that one. It's on my other channel, on the Escoe channel. But yeah, I think I might do that one next, especially since if I finish Witch Kitty Brew at the end of February, I'll be heading right into spring. Easter's in April, the first weekend of April, I think. So, and it's an Easter kit, right? It's called Easter Sunday. So that would satisfy my refresher stash as well. So I'm tempted to start that one, or I'm going to get right into my Randall Spangler Pas de Deux and do the diamond painting for Sunday Delight, because I've already started the cross stitch for that. So I haven't decided yet, but I'm leaning kind of towards the Hannah Lynn. I do have Celebration of Spring as well by Eau Claire Studios that I need to work on this spring as well, but it's a bigger kit. And looking at the drill numbers, Witch Kitty Brew is in one of my smallest cases. It's only got 60 slots, and I'm just concerned that Celebration of Spring, I'm gonna have to double check, but I'm concerned that there's not enough space in that case for all the drills for Celebration of Spring. So I'll probably will end up doing Easter Sunday. It's a smaller kit, so I'll get all that up and announced and all that when I'm ready to for March. So thank you for watching. As always, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for leaving all your comments, especially on my State of the Stash video. I love that video because I've spent so much time on it, and it was really nice to kind of see what I have, to remind myself. I knew they're there, but it's a lot different than seeing them in person in your hands and holding them, right? So thank you for everything. I'm hoping you guys are having a good month. So this is gonna be spoilers going forward after I sign off of this heads up interview, because this is gonna be my mystery kit. So if you are interested in something else and don't want spoilers, then I would click off now. But thank you. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye. Hello. Welcome to Cozy Oscoey. Today is Wednesday the 18th of February, and I'm going to attempt to film some of my WIP and chat today. If you don't, I'll probably put an intro just so that for those of you who, oh, look at that. I just noticed that. Who have been here know that I don't want to do any spoilers for anybody. So, oh my gosh, I think this is from when I rolled it because I did not see that there before. I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh my gosh, totally distracted by my drills popping out. Look at that. That's horrible. I think I rolled it and I must have tweaked it because I was having a hard time rolling it backwards to get it to lie flat. Okay, it's fixed. Whew. So I'll do an intro at the start of this, but I'm working on Mystery Kit number 98, art by Julia. The last time I worked on it, I worked on this section here, which the perforated cover ends here, so it's like a little over 4 squares. And I finished half of it 1 week, and then the other half, this half, the bottom half, the confetti half, the second week. And I'm just now noticing that I did not get these right here. I think because my cover was covering it, I just cut that. So I think what I'm going to do today is, I don't know, I'm thinking of doing this section over in here. I think that's what I had talked about last time. Or I could do this section up in here by the duck. I think I'm going to start this section. So if you guys can't see, it's like this, these 4. And it's a little bit less because the cover goes to here, right, past the edge. Let me just make sure you guys can see that. You guys see? Yeah. So these 4 right here is what I'm going to work on. So I finished this section last time. I still need to do these. And then today I'm going to work on this section of 4 here. So I'm not sure how far I'll get on it. So the first section I got pretty far and then I had to stop filming. I try not to make these be more than like an hour, hour and a half. So I don't usually finish all 4 squares in that time. It's a lot of doing. So I think what I'll do is I'll start probably on the edge and just kind of move that way. And maybe I'll start on this side so that I'm not touching that. This will be my next one. And then I think after that, I'm probably going to work on either this up here or on this side or maybe in the middle. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do after this. I want to kind of get through this section, but I think I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 squares. And there's 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 times 8, 48. So I'm about a third of the way done. So I think I'm going to start on this section right here. So let me get everything situated and I'll be right back. Okay, I think that's okay. And if you are watching these, I know that not everybody watches these because I do have spoilers. Let me know if I'm zooming in enough. You know, I never know. So this canvas does have creasing issues. And I've heard, so this one was released in the fall. I don't remember when in the fall it was released, but I have heard, oh, look at that. I just cut this just now. I kind of cut the extra plastic off because it was irritating me. But I've heard that some of the canvases that were released last fall, like around Black Friday, kind of like, you know, when Diamond Art Club would have been doing their Christmas prep. I guess I can cut that one off too. They have issues with the creasing in the canvas, and from what I understand, it's because the glue was poured on too hot, or I can't remember, something with having to do with when the glue was poured on the canvas, like how it doesn't affect the stickiness at all. It just is like this crease, and I haven't had any really issues with it. Like this section over here was one of the first ones I did, and this one had the crease. It looks like I do have some issues over here with these, but I bet it's because I didn't place them correctly. And look, it looks like one popped out right here. So I'll have to fix that. I'll do that right now. But like I said, that's probably from the way that I have been ruling it. I'm having a hard time ruling it because it's a square and the pieces are just like, it's like a very tight mat, which is nice, but I think, oh, well, that didn't work. I lost 2 more. Okay. Oh, the other thing I was having problems with on this section, particularly down here, was the glue was slippery. Look, I just lost one there too. All right, I'm gonna work on those later. Well, maybe I'll fix it right now. J. I was having problems with the glue being slippery. So you could see it was sliding around quite a bit. So I don't know. I just think that sometimes like the Black Friday ones, or the ones that are done in the fall when they're really ramping up production, I feel like they probably go too fast. And maybe that's where there's like a little bit of error. I don't know. Someone else I was watching said that they were having problems with some of their ones that they bought on Black Friday. And I, for the life of me, don't remember who it is right now. I may have talked about it in a previous one of these WIP and chats. So, but I'm not going to go back and look that up because I don't remember who it was. But let me know in the comments if you guys are having problems too. Let's see. Is that going to go in? That is going to go in with the creasing. So, okay. I'm going to move this and then make sure it's centered again. And then I'm going to tape it off. So let me just make sure we're centered because I've been moving it around. Today I'm drinking my orange pekoe tea. Let's see. Where's my hand? Maybe it needs to be this way a little more. I'm drinking my orange pekoe tea, which is like a thing up in Canada. I'm not feeling super great. I think I have like a borderline sinus infection. Oh, this is not going to work for me. Okay. I can't reach that diamond paint. Let's see. I think we're good. Okay. Let me know in the comments if I'm not zooming in enough for you guys. I never know if you want to see more. So I can't tell what this section is at all. I don't know if you guys were watching when I did the little shelf with the pumpkin on it, but I genuinely did not, like towards the end, I was like, okay, I'm just going to do this last little fill in. And then I looked at it again and I realized that, all right, there's going to be a dog paws in there. Sorry about that. She almost knocked my tea, my full mug of tea, all over my diamond painting because someone dared to walk by. Come here, please. Leave him alone. No, don't poke at me. Anyways, I was working on the other section. I don't know what I'm gonna have to cut out. And I didn't see there was a pumpkin until like after I was down to the last like little fill-in thing. I'm sure everyone else could see it way before I could, but I could not see it. Oh, sorry, I do it this way. Last time I put it directly on the canvas and I was like, rookie mistake. Like, I can't believe I did that. I immediately took it off, but the washi tape. I don't know. Is it okay to put up on the drills once they're on? Is that going to stick to the drills? Okay. It's okay. So I don't do washi tape my sections this carefully. Like, I'm definitely somebody that doesn't follow the lines for the squares. Like, I go cross country from cross stitching, and me doing it this way has been a little bit of a challenge for me, but it's working out. So, all right. What color should we start with? I can't tell what this one is at all, so I'm not sure. Looks like there's some of the frosteds in here. If you don't know, if you haven't been watching, then those are my favorites. Maybe I'll line up along this. I'll start on the right side. See, I have that to line up with. Should I do that? I don't know. I usually like to start on the left side, like the top left. All right, let's look at this side a little bit. See, part of me now is just like, well, maybe I should just do all three of these, right? Just fill in this. Oh, look, this isn't even attached over here. Oh, I might have to do this section, but then is that too revealing, right? Because it's not like so patchwork. But look, this paper is not going to, it's completely off. So if I don't do this section today, then I'm going to have this paper. It's going to be, okay. I think I have to do this section over here. So we will move the washi tape because this is not attached at all. See? Whoops. Okay, we're going to do that. And then we're going to move over a little bit. And then we're going to do this side right here. So I can see the line. Oops. I still can't even really see it because I cut it. I cut it to the side of the perforation. So let's see. Did I get it? I got it pretty good. Okay. We're going to do this section because that cover just like completely came off. So we're going to try and work on this side. I'm trying to like resolve some of this like creasing issue by pulling on it. So we'll see if that works. Okay, we're gonna start here. So we are gonna start with, oh look, it looks like this L goes across in a line like that. Do you see that? Maybe we'll start up here. And then when we get to the L, we can just do a bunch of block placing. Does that sound like a plan? Oh, there's a bunch of L over here too. Oh, look, there's a whole bunch. This looks kind of like a rectangle to me. I don't know. We'll see. Like I've said before, I got curious when I saw the duck come out in the first square. I'm going to have to pick a different, like less obvious. I figured there'd be Luna. I figured there'd be ducks because it's an art by Julia, right? But the first square I did, there was ducks. There's a really obvious duck. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these, which are the frosted ones. This is M519. That's what I'm going to do first. Just so that, I gotta move this slightly so that I can get that kind of line. Luna, you need to stop. Oh, she's such a pain. I mean, she's been out. She's been out. She's been dog parked yesterday. It doesn't matter. She's just crazy all the time. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm gonna work up here and do this, and then hopefully I can get through this whole section today. I may, because of timing issues, have to do a time lapse on part of this if I don't get through this whole section before my time is up for quiet time. But I guess I do have some things to talk about. One, thank you for watching my State of the Stash. I'm so happy that everyone liked it. I really worked really hard on it, and it was kind of eye-opening seeing all my pieces that I had, and I really saw a lot that I want to work on. So I'm really trying to get through as much as I can. I need to. I put too much of the, not the wax, but the putty in here, and so it's not like twisting all the way enough to like hold itself, and so it keeps untwisting, and then there's not enough pressure on the putty to push it out the top. I had to refill it. But I found a lot of my pieces that I forgot that I had. Like I knew I had them, you know, I knew in the back of my head that I had them, but I also like forgot, you know, kind of what they look like and everything. So it was kind of nice to go through and see them. There were a couple that I genuinely forgot about. Like I forgot that I had the Michelina ones. Um, I bought those so long ago that I just didn't remember that I had them. I knew I had some like dark ones, but I couldn't remember what they were. So, and then one of the ones I went back down yesterday to America to get to visit. You know, I usually visit my mom and my oldest, and I grabbed the last. I grabbed the last two diamond paintings that I had forgotten about. I didn't. One of them I forgot that I had, and the other one was my plumeria, which I was like, oh, like that's how I remembered the other one. Is when, oh, that's right. I had stashed that one, those two, in a different spot than the other ones. And when my husband went down and grabbed the ones for me that I needed, I forgot to tell him about them. So I grabbed the last two. Plumeria, I don't count towards my state of the stash because, right, I'm going to do a giveaway on that one. So look for that in the next week or two. I was going to do like a 100 subscriber celebration giveaway and give away the Plumeria by Ranjitha Anoop. And if you don't know that one, I did post a review on it. I bought 2 copies of it originally. I was hoping my mom would do one with me, and she did not. So I have this extra copy, and it is an older one, so it would be like it would count towards like a refresher stash type thing. But it's a fast one, and I really enjoyed working on it when I did it. I finished it up. It was my last finish, I think, for 2025. So I still haven't done like a finishes for 2025 video because I only had 2. So I was gonna do kind of like a tongue-in-cheek video, but I don't know. I do have a finish for 2026 already. I finished Snowy Woodland Wanderer in January. That was like my goal for January, and oh man, that one was quite the handful. I was not. It looks beautiful now that it's done, but it's a small diamond painting. It's one of the advent calendar ones. And it had like 70 colors, and it was like the smallest diamond painting I've done in a really long time. And so it was just all confetti, literally all confetti. So the confetti was not exciting. I was not excited about it. It wasn't like regular confetti, it was like too much. It does look really good though. I mean, now that I'm done with it, I really like it, but the process was pretty much painful for me to do. So I really focused on that one in January, and I finished it last month. And then this month I've been focusing on Witch Kitty Brew. Witch Kitty Brew. Oh my gosh, I'm having the hardest time because my hand is sticking. Okay, so this month I finished Witch Kitty Brew. I don't have my tweezers. I haven't finished it yet, I should say. I'm getting distracted by my issues with these diamonds. Okay, I had to grab my tweezers. They're over here. Okay, this is why I have problems with these WIP chats. Dogs. My lack of organization. I think I was putting that one in the wrong spot anyways. Yep. Or maybe they just moved so much. I'm just going to take these off. Into the trash you go. So I did finish. This is not working. I am so paranoid about getting my stickies here. So I'm going to move over to this side because I just don't want to. I don't want my arm all over that canvas. Okay, let's move over here. Look, this color's over here too. And now I've lost my train of thought. I'm trying to finish Witch Kitty Brew right now, and this one. I want to finish this one in Witch Kitty Brew. I'm hoping I can finish Witch Kitty Brew by the end of February, which is next Saturday, I think. Today is Wednesday the 17th, so it gives me about a week. And then this one, I wanted to get 2 sections done on it this week. So I want to do 2 sections a week. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, like I'm hoping by the end of March, which means I need to do more than 2 sections a week now that I'm looking at it. Because I think there's 5 more weeks until the end of March. So I need to do, so maybe I will do these 3 this week, and that will kind of catch me up. And then I can do another 4 section next week. I don't know. March is tricky because there's spring break is in March, and so my kids will be home. So I won't be able to do any filming, I don't know, while they're home. So it's going to be a tricky one. I don't know what I'm going to do. I may try and like pre-film stuff. Like I have my Snowy Woodland Wanderer review I need to film, and I can put that up. And then I have, theoretically, right, I will finish Witch Kitty Brew, and I will get that up over spring break, that review. So the post on the blog on ascoe.com, and then also the review online. I did start to film my review for Snowy Woodland Wanderer, but then my husband came home from dropping off the kids, and I got totally distracted, and I never went back to it. So I did try, but I was trying to fit in as much as I could, and that never works, right? Something always comes up. So I just need to do it. I do have 2 videos that I did film this week for my WIP parades, one for cross stitch and one for what's it called, diamond painting. See, my brain is dying. And I will get those posted in the next week or so. They're like my February updates, so I will have those. And that's why I didn't do I'm not going to do like a preview of Witch Kitty Brew like I normally do, where I just do a quick overview of where I'm at it, because I did do a WIP parade. I filmed it yesterday, and I have worked on it since then. I worked on it a little bit this morning, so sometimes I'm able to work on them while my kids are eating breakfast. And so that's what I did this morning with Witch Kitty Brew. And if I'm being honest, I may work on this section over here a little bit in the same way, just to kind of get a head start on it. But I won't film it. So I don't like to film when my kids are around, or I'll film it and do a time lapse so that and I just take out the sound and they're not in it at all. But I don't know. This week is kind of a weird one. Like I was gone at the beginning of the week, and I'm going to be gone Friday, Saturday. And then our Sundays are just always packed. We have an extra dog training session this week too for Luna. Well, it's actually more like a people training session with the dog trainer because she's been working with them, and then, they've made progress and stuff. And so we're just going to do kind of like a recap with her on Sunday. And so we also have French, and then we have lots of sports. Sunday is our biggest sports day, but it's my daughter's last practice with one of her teams for the season. So, and I don't think they start up again until April. So that's kind of nice to have that. Like one of my son's sports is now over. His season is over. And so we don't have that sport anymore. So I think we'll have like a couple weeks of not nothing, but less going on, which is kind of nice to have this time of year, because we're just kind of burnt out from all this travel and the competitions, and we just need a little bit of a break. But that will be probably for March. So I'm hoping to get a lot done, but I may not get a lot done on this one over spring break, just because I like to get it filmed and I don't want my kids in there. So, I don't have any judgment about whether other people have their kids in their videos or not, as long as there's nothing really horrible going on, which I've never seen that with any of the other diamond painters, for sure. Like everyone is so wonderful, and but I don't know. I'm trying to avoid it if at all possible. Like my kids don't have social media, they don't have phones yet. So they can text their friends on their laptops, but they don't have social media and everything. So the more research that comes out, the more they say you should wait. So, but because of COVID, we have allowed them to start messaging their friends during COVID because they couldn't see them. So, I think if that hadn't happened, we probably wouldn't have had like Messenger set up for them at such an early age. So, but we have friends that live in other countries since we just moved, and we have other friends who are staying in a different country in Europe for the year. So, like, it's nice. We can just FaceTime them on the weekends. Usually we do that. So it's kind of nice to have that ability, but also, that's not social media. That's like just chatting. It's like a phone call. So it's a little bit different. My kids would love to be on the channel, especially my son. But I'm just not going to do it. But I did go down to America and I visited with my mom. I'm so glad I got to see her. My oldest daughter, it's been kind of hard not being around her as much. So I'm really glad that I have the ability to go down there every couple weeks and visit. She and I both went and visited my mom, and then she's fostering this puppy, and I got to meet him. I'll ask her if I can get a photo to put in here. I don't know if she'll be okay with that or not, but he's cute. He's very shy. He's small. I haven't had a small dog in so long. Like, I'm worried about stepping on him. Like I have big dogs. They get not stepped on, but they get in the way a lot. So you kind of get used to like just kind of holding your ground and not letting them push you over because they like to lean and stuff. And so it's different when you have a small dog. Like we used to have dachshunds. That's what Oscoe is named after, is our dachshunds, Oscar and Zoe. But and this dog they said he's part dachshund, but he looks like a Chihuahua, Jack Russell Terrier dachshund mixed to me. Maybe dachshund in there. He does have kind of a dachshund face. And he is long, but he's also really tall. So like his legs aren't short like a dachshund would be. So I'm not sure. They may have told her he's a dachshund, but he's not really. But he's cute and he's a nice dog. So like it doesn't really matter in the end what his breeds are, right? As long as she's happy with him. So I don't know. We've always had like mixed mutts ever since since we had Oscar and Zoe, but we rescued them. I prefer mutts though. I think their health issues are way less compared to purebreds. So George is a mutt. He's golden retriever, giant schnauzer, and then Luna's Boucheron, Irish setter. So, oh my gosh, I'm having a hard time getting my drills on there. So we'll see if she keeps him or not. He definitely it was weird, like the rescue, he came from Texas all the way up to Seattle, and they literally put a whole bunch of dogs on a bus in crates and then took like 3 days to drive them up. And I guess he was not happy about being stuck in a crate on the bus and was crying the entire time. So he's a little bit traumatized by this bus ride. He didn't eat, he didn't like drink any water the entire time. And I think the rescue people were just like so overdone by the time they got up here. I would be too, like being stuck on a bus with, I don't know, 20 dogs barking for 3 days. Like, I think that would put anybody over the edge of what they could handle. But I mean, it's good that they did that because I guess there's so many dogs down in Texas. Like, we've had neighbors that have done dog rescues from Texas, and I don't know why they have so many rescue dogs in Texas that come up. Maybe it's just like there's a couple local rescues up here that kind of partner with their Texas counterparts. I don't know, but I feel like I know a ton of people that have rescued dogs from Texas. So do you guys know, like, is that like a thing where Texas just has these like extra dog rescues or whatever? I don't know. I feel like there's been like like I've our house that we just sold. I had two of my neighbors rescue dogs from a Texas, a local rescue that partnered with Texas, and it's not the same rescue that my daughter used. It's a different one. But they had two of them, and one of them was very successful. Like the dog had a lot of issues, but they were like a retired couple, so they didn't really, they were able to take care of it. And they didn't have small kids. Like their kids were all grown. So it's not like she would just walk it every morning, super early, like 5:30, because she couldn't walk it when other dogs were out because it was so aggressive. Um, it had a lot of issues. So I don't know. But in the end, then the other family, they actually ended up having to not keep it. They got two puppies from the same dog rescue as my other neighbors. So my neighbors on either side of me. But the rescue was not honest with the family, and they had small kids, and the dog like had some feeding issues, like some feeding aggression, and so they ended up having to give the puppies back because they had small kids. And when you have small kids, like you can't, if they had known in advance, that would have been one thing, but the rescue wasn't like completely honest with them about some of the issues, I guess. Like, and they're good dog owners. Like I know that they wouldn't have given up that quickly, but I guess there was some issues with the food guarding or something like that. And so I don't know. I don't know if it was just they didn't know, like they hadn't had the dog long enough to know, the rescue didn't know or whatever, but they ended up getting a different puppy, rescuing one from like Paws or whatever, the local shelter, so yeah, Seattle Humane, because that dog needed a lot of help and therapy and stuff, and they just couldn't do it with small kids around. Like they couldn't risk having their kids get hurt, which I completely understand. Like, and if they had known, they wouldn't have picked those puppies, right? So, but I think the dogs got a different home that was better suited to them, right? You have to be careful when you have little kids. Okay, I'm gonna do up in here. I'm going off grid, off topic. Let's see, what time is it? 9:25. Okay, I can talk for about 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna keep working on it, but I'm gonna do a time lapse, just so because of meeting schedules and everything. It's always tricky. Our house isn't that big, and we don't have like a dedicated office space, so we kind of have to work together on that. So I'm sorry that I will have some time lapse, but I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably do some time lapse and then come back later and do some non-time lapse and do some more talking. I have other stuff to talk about, so that's probably what I'll end up doing. And of course, we're going to have dog edits because some of us like to bark. Just the normal Uscoey dog edits. But yeah. Okay. I finished this color, I think. I'm sure there's more in there that I'm just not seeing, but I'm going to take a break from this color. And I think what I'm going to do is looks like there's like a rectangle here of percent signs, and then the like half rainbow thing. Right? And then like these hearts kind of go like there's a lot of rectangular shapes in this one. So I wonder if this is like a box or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? There's still a lot of blue, and I kind of feel like the blue is water. I think if I remember, it may be water from when I looked it up. But I don't want to give away any spoilers. I mean, it looks like there's a duck in some water, but like this is throwing me like this is a bedroom. So I don't know. We'll see. I guess there's lily pads here. What color should I work on the L's down here in this section? Or maybe I'll do the L's a little bit. Okay, let's do L. L. It's another blue. I don't know if you guys can hear the 3D printer, but I can hear it behind me making noise. We got our son this like rolly bin from IKEA for his Legos, and my husband has been printing out shelves and stuff for it. So Printer has been going nonstop. But I am excited to have the Legos finally organized. They are such a mess. And he can't play with them because they're just in a bin. So it's like this IKEA hack I found. You get this shelf. I don't know what shelf it is. I don't know the name of it. But I'm going to see how it works, and then I may get it for my cross stitch. I still really want, like, DMC has that like wooden thing, the wooden floss storage chest thing. Oh my god, I want that. It comes with like all the floss. Like, I don't need the floss though, right? I have so much floss. I don't need one of every color. But it's good for organizing. But then this IKEA one is like half the price, and it has space. Like, I could put my fabric in some of the drawers. I may get one for myself later, like for my Christmas or something. I'll ask for it because if it works out pretty well for him, because I definitely need to work on my floss storage. At some point I will do a video where we go through my bin of shame. If you've watched before, you know about my bin of shame, which is just my big bin where I threw everything when we moved. So I need to go through it still. I just don't have time. Like, I'd rather be crafting than going through my bin of shame, right? I'd rather be working on my cross stitch. I do need to cross stitch this afternoon. I'm trying to finish up Song of the Seasons from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. That's Stitch Along. The new section was in my email this morning when I woke up. And I was hoping to finish the first section before or at least get most of the way done with the first section before I got the second one. And I'm only halfway, but I really made a lot of progress on it last week. So I think I can work on it more this week. I was working on it last night at sports practice, but I don't know. It's like all of a sudden the lighting got so poor. I couldn't see what I was doing, and I didn't want to make any mistakes. So I had to kind of stop working on it after like maybe 20 minutes. And I didn't get very far on it because I was watching, my kid do their sports. So I didn't really get very far on it. And then I was so tired last night after doing all that driving and everything over the last few days that I fell asleep like literally at 7:30 or 8 o'clock on the couch. I was so tired. So I didn't work on it last night like I was thinking I would. So I need to finish at least the lorikeet, I think, is the one that I'm working on right now. It's the lorikeet. I need to at least finish the lorikeet. And then the blue jay is pretty much done. And then I have there's like a cardinal, maybe, is the third one on that first page. And then I'm so excited. They have an American crow as like this will come out. I mean, it's released today, so you can see it on the website. But they have like an American crow on the second section. I'm so excited for that. Look, did you see that? They just like slid right over there. There's like extra stuff coming out of my pen. I'm having a hard time. There's my tweezers. So I'm excited about that. I really like crows. They're fascinating animals. So, and they are everywhere in America, right? Caterpillar Cross Stitch is based out of the UK, though. They're not like an American company. And they have another stitch along coming up. It's like astrology signs, and I think I might do it. Just because I like their stitch alongs. They're simple. Like, they're not. It's not like the Haid stitch along where it's like, oh, so much confetti, and I'm really struggling with that one. And I do want to finish it because I do want to get the other ones. I really wanted Stone Cottage Keep and the Glistening Wings. Like, I almost think I should have done those instead of the sun, but I think the sun is going to turn out really beautiful. I just have all these cross stitch goals that I'm attempting to meet. Okay. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish these little 4, and then I'm going to switch over to time lapse. I have to reheat my tea because I didn't drink it fast enough. But I'm going to switch to time lapse right here. And then however far I get, I'll probably work on more of these sections. If I don't switch off a time lapse and start talking again, then thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I hope you're enjoying me working on this one. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do my next WIP and Chat series on another mystery kit, or if I should switch to like a regular kit. I'm debating doing mystery kit number 54 by D Rusty Rust, or the other one that I'm going to start here pretty soon is Sunday Delight by Randall Spangler to go with my pas de deux. So let me know which one you think I should do for my next WIP and Chat. But let me switch to time lapse.